Next, we will talk about consciousness. In the Heart Sutra, it's mentioned there's no eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, no sight, sound, smells, taste, touch and mental objects. There's no realm of the eyes, also no realms of the consciousness. So the nature of consciousness has no source. It arises delusively through the 6 sense roots and 6 sense dusts or sense objects. When you look around this great assembly with your eyes, the Sangha, which means Sakyamuni Buddha's many disciples, look at the faces. So look with your eyes one by one, all around. It's like you're looking into a mirror, and the consciousness will arise. Thus you see Manjusri Bodhisattva. Manjusri is a great Bodhisattva. We can say he's the head of many Bodhisattvas. Back then, Manjusri Bodhisattva at the Sakyamuni Buddha's place is a great Bodhisattva that's very extraordinary and outstanding, has the highest wisdom in Mahayana, or the great vehicle Buddhism. The Tibetan Rinpoche that came here, what's his name? Jinmei Rinpoche. When Jinmei Rinpoche came, he said, "Oh, that's Manjusri Bodhisattva." At the Rinpo temple, there is a white hatha hanging on Manjusri Bodhisattva. Is it still hanging there? Yes. He is the deity of wisdom, and the hatha hanging on his sword was thrown by the 100th Kanten Tripa. Why? The hatha would land on that because the 100th Kanten Tripa symbolizes or represents Manjusri Bodhisattva. According to Tibetan Buddhism, Kanten Tripas have the highest wisdom. So they elect an elder with the highest wisdom of the lamas. And the 100th Kanten Tripa came and visited the Rainbow Temple and then thrown the white hatha that hang on the sword of Manjusri Bodhisattva. That was so amazing that it's exactly landed there. Because he represents Manjusri Bodhisattva. He also represented Tsongkhapa, Guru Tsongkhapa, who's also an emanation of Manjusri Bodhisattva. So Ananda saw Manjusri Bodhisattva, and then he saw Purna, who's first and foremost in giving Dharma teaching. When Sakyamuni Buddha left the world, Purna would give Dharma teaching everywhere. And he went to Kashmir in North India, very north, close to Pakistan. Kashmir. Purna went to Kashmir to give Dharma teaching. And then he saw Maudgalyayana, who's first and foremost in supernatural power, can go to many Buddha verses, go to heavens, even when he was alive. And next he saw Subhuti, which is first and foremost in understanding emptiness. And then he saw Sariputra with the highest wisdom in this lesser vehicle Buddhism. Maudgalyayana and Sariputra were already gurus themselves and had the huge followers. Both Maudgalyayana and Sariputra. But after they heard Buddha Dharma, they realized that Buddha Dharma is more profound. So they both took refuge in Sakyamuni Buddha together. And when that happened, Sakyamuni Buddha became more famous because those two groups joined the Buddha's Sangha. So Sariputra with the highest wisdom, and he also had amazing supernatural power. Sariputra did not say anything. When Sariputra competed with Maudgalyayana about supernatural power, he won because he also utilized wisdom. So when Ananda saw all these people, then his consciousness knows. So if the consciousness arises from seeing, or from the appearances, or from the space, the consciousness arises by itself. So Sakyamuni Buddha told Ananda, if your consciousness arises from appearances, because consciousness arises from perceiving the sense objects, but not from seeing, then if there is no seeing of light or darkness, there can be no perception of form or space. Then you will not have any consciousness. Then you will not be able to see anything. So if you don't have any seeing, how can consciousness arise? So you need to understand, if consciousness arises from space, which is neither appearance nor seeing, then without seeing it would lack the ability to discern, it would not know light, darkness, forms, or emptiness. So how does consciousness arise? It's because you see appearances or sights or dust in order for the consciousness to arise. If you don't see anything, then it will not arise. If consciousness arises without cause, if none of those exists, then emptiness is existence, existence is emptiness. Then how would you distinguish? So because you see, or you use the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and sight, smell, sound, taste, touch, and mental objects. That's why you have consciousnesses. But without those things, consciousnesses also does not exist. Where does it arise from? Not from the senses, not from the dust, not inside your body, not attaching to you. From your head? I'm not sure. So which one? Which nerve that would generate that? Is it from the abdomen? No, that's for eating. And it's not from your physical heart or for your hand or your feet. They are unrelated. So where does consciousness arise? It's the same as last night. It has no fixed location. Basis, no location, no direction, no size. So earth, water, fire, wind, space, mind, and consciousness. They call this the 7 great elements. 6 roots, 6 dust, 6 consciousnesses make up the 18 sense fields. Those are all the tathagatha-garbha, which is the wondrous luminous true mind, and they are perfect and interpenetrating. They are all the wondrous luminous true mind, on arising and ceasing. So Ananda, your mind is as such. You need to realize that what manifests as seeing, hearing, and discerning is fundamentally tathagatha-garbha. You should observe this conscious mind in the 6 senses. Is it different or the same? Is it the same or different? Is it empty or existent? Is it neither the same nor different? It's neither the same nor different, neither empty nor existent. You have never understood that in the tathagatha-garbha, the nature of consciousness is luminous awareness. And enlightened awareness is true consciousness. And the luminous true mind pervades the entire realm, encompassing all directions and emptiness. How could it be confined to any specific location? But it manifests accordance with karma. People of the world, ignorant and confused, mistake this for causality or spontaneous nature. These are nothing but discriminations and calculations of the conscious mind. They are mere words without true meaning. All the same, the 18th sense feels. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and the sight, sound, smells, taste, touch, and mental objects, and the 6 consciousnesses. So the Heart Sutra. So there's no realm of the eyes, no realms of the consciousness, and then no ending of ignorance, and no ending of no ignorance. And then later on, it also talks about the 50 states of demonic obstructions. This sutra is very difficult to expound. My head is swollen. It's all empty. Emptiness and nothing. Someone asked me about methods of spiritual cultivation. There are many. Look at the Surangama Sutra toward the end. The great bodhisattvas, the great arhats talk about methods of spiritual cultivation. 84,000 Dharma gates, many of them, some by listening to a sound, some by watching water, like the moonlight child, by observing the water, the incense magnificence child is by lighting an incense to gain enlightenment. That's called Xiangyan youth, Tongzi. There are several, many, and also Mahastama Prapta by chanting the Buddha's name. So inside the Surangama Sutra, there's a chapter of Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva by chanting Namo Amitabha's Buddha to retract all the roots and dusts to become single-minded, and then he gained enlightenment to reach the unborn endurance before reaching attainment. There are many methods to reach attainment. There are many practical, skillful means, practical methods in spiritual cultivation. Some through breathing method, some by visualizing themselves to become white bones, and eventually they gain enlightenment through visualizing themselves to be a heap of white bones. Some gain it through breathing practice, some by chanting the Buddha's name to retract those roots and dust. So many methods. In Tantric Buddhism, we use mantra chanting, visualization, and mudra, or hand gesture, and then entering samadhi. What is samadhi? The beginning of the Heart Sutra, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, deep in meditation, which penetrating the Prajna Paramita. So Avalokitesvara Buddha meditation, what he realized, what he observed. The emptiness is form, form is emptiness, emptiness is no different from form, and form is no different from emptiness. So the whole of Heart Sutra is inside the Surangama Sutra too. Now everybody knows and understand. There are many Dharma gates to spiritual cultivation path, like chanting mantra, visualization, forming mudra. Those are all methods. Look, when I perform Supreme Golden Mother with innumerable hands and infinite eyes, the middle fingers represent the Golden Mother, and then the other fingers represent her 10,000 arms and eyes. This is the mudra. 10,000 hands and eyes, Golden Mother has this mudra. And then you quiet down, you visualize her. We can say her Dharma body or Dharma flow enter your body. And my whole body will change form. The Dharma flow enters your body and to fill it completely. So the whole body is the Supreme Golden Mother, the Innumerable Hands. And just now, when I formed the mudra, she entered into my body. But now, by forming this mudra, she said that you're just doing a show, so I will not enter into you. That's what she said. So it doesn't happen. Oh no. Because it's just a show, so she doesn't follow. She doesn't do it. But when you truly form the mudra and wholeheartedly visualizing her, chanting her mantra, then she would enter into you. Om Jimu Siddhi Dhammo Se. 她就进到你身体。 Then she would enter into your body, chanting her mantra, forming her mudra, and visualizing her. So this is a tantric cultivation method. There are many methods. Breathing, visualizing yourself to be a heap of white bones, lighting, and by smelling the incense, you contemplate. So, hearing, contemplating, and practicing, and then your heart mind suddenly open and gain enlightenment, and you know. So either way, you use methods, or you can gain sudden enlightenment. Like the Venerable Elder Su Yun, he had a cup of tea, not coffee, right? And the cup fell to the ground, cracked, and then he gained enlightenment. That's a sudden enlightenment. The breaking of the glass. Why? You should ask him, don't ask me. And then he wrote a verse. Seeing the cup broke, he understood and gained enlightenment. I have written it, how I gained enlightenment. How did Sariputra gain enlightenment? In the Vimalakirti Sutra, the goddess asked Sariputra, how did you gain enlightenment? And Sariputra replied, Sariputra's enlightenment is my enlightenment. Many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas gain enlightenment through that. And then if you are not returning upon enlightenment, then you reach the eighth immovable ground of Bodhisattva, which is the unborn endurance state. Thank you, everybody.